Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? Oh gosh, I forgot to test the speed of our internet. So hopefully we don't have too many pixeling. I'm going to try and do this very quickly um, while I have started, because it's quite annoying if you're watching this from the other end and the screen is cutting out. So I'll just do a speed test on my internet while while I'm talking. So hi from Brisbane, Australia. My name is Tanga, and it is just going after 20 past 8 on Wednesday, hump day, the 23rd of January. Oh yeah, internet's not too bad, so hopefully I won't have too much pixeling. Some of my earlier videos was just showing all that crackling going on. Anyway, how are we? I, again, have gone through a process of whether I would have the energy to do this or not tonight, but, you push through and not really being sure about what I'd talk about. I thought, it's probably a good time to maybe talk about some of the reflecting that I've been doing as we were reviewing goals and how we're heading. But just in comparing where we were 7 months ago before we started this online journey. And I was pleasantly surprised because, and I really do need to, I see one of the things that I find with me is I'm so in it. I'm so working hard and paddling away and trying to get things done that I forget to stop and smell the roses and, really celebrate the achievements that we've made. But from the point of view of where I'm sitting compared to where we started with this online journey, 7 months ago I was working full-time, and I had just started as a student in the online platform that I'm on. And about a month into the journey, my program manager at the time, was a little bit uncertain about my online presence, and felt that she wasn't able to trust me. And so she started to impose some requirements on me to report my every move. And I decided that I just couldn't work in that type of environment. And as I've spoken to others about that situation, many people would, really understood, because having to report every minute of the day to someone who doesn't trust you, it doesn't make for a very inspiring work environment. And so, when you're working full time, 8 hours a day, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I resigned. And I focused on building my online platform and focusing on the training and the study that I needed. And at the same time, shortly after that, I was blessed with an opportunity to do the same sort of work, but earn 3 times the hourly rate that I was previously. So I jumped into that, and I kept my study going. And further on down the track in October, I came up with another opportunity to work part-time. And so when I reflect and I do the figures, essentially I've gone part-time, so I only work 4 days a week now, but I'm earning 20% more in my income, in my full-time income. And that's, to me, that's pretty amazing, actually. I'm pretty chuffed with that. But again, if you don't stop and really reflect on what your journey's been, my mindset was saying, oh, come on, this needs to be happening faster, because I was expecting, I've got some pretty large goals, pretty high goals. and I'm nowhere near those goals. But by just sitting back and comparing where I was to now, there's been an amazing change. An amazing change. Hey, Serena, how you doing? Good to see you here. But the amazing achievement in itself, and the saying is, reach for the stars and you might reach the moon, or is it the other way around? Reach for the moon, you'll get the stars. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit like that. My goals are extremely high, and right now I'm feeling like I'm not getting anywhere near them. But on reflection, my results so far in the change that I've had is I've gotten a day back in my life, which is probably the biggest result for me. Is now that day is masterminding with other students and my daughter, and then later on in the afternoon, Nana's going to be taking my granddaughters to their swimming lessons on Friday afternoons after school. I'll be picking them up. So that's fulfillment for me. That's about me being able to go and really spend quality time with my granddaughters. Because I worked full time with our children right from literally when they could crawl, and I still live with that guilt that I dropped my kids off really, really early, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We were getting ready, jump in the car, and then I'd be dropping them off. In those days, it was family daycare because they were really small. I'm going to get emotional. And I still deal with that guilt of leaving them, because of course I wouldn't get home till about 6 o'clock. And if I had the choice now, I'd probably rough it out a bit financially, just to get some of those years back. So I suppose this time really with the grandchildren, it's giving me that ability to spend time with them while they're young, and while they want to spend time with their nan and papa. That's probably the biggest thing is, one day they'll turn around saying, yeah, no, can you tell Nana not to pick us up? That's just the way it goes, hey. And so I suppose, in my reflection and getting that day, being that bit now being replaced with the way that the income is, I'm just really stoked, and gradually it will be about pushing that forward. Now, having said that, I could probably drop another day as well. But, like I said, I've got some pretty high goals there, and I've got less than 10 years to retirement. That's my goal. And in order to live a lifestyle of choice and geographical freedom where we can go, travel, explore, I'm going to need to keep going at the hours. So, and that's really what it's about, is setting those goals, and really pushing yourself. Hey, Eugene, how you doing? Good to see you. You'll be a live one, first time ever. Good to see you, buddy. So I'm just doing this whole reflecting thing, and the fact that I've managed to go down to 4 days a week. Now, having said that too, that wasn't by choice. That was a forced situation, because the situation with my previous job had gotten to the point where I wouldn't be able to do what I was being expected to do. And so I remember typing out my resignation, and geez, I must have bawled that many times. I had to get up and go and have my big ugly cry, and before I sent in my resignation, and I really didn't want to go. But I'm so glad that I was put in that situation, because now I'm sitting on the other side, working less hours, earning 20% more than what I was doing in my full-time job, and I'm getting to spend time with the grandies. So that's my reflection. I think really it's about everything takes steps, and it's really about making sure that when you do your reflection, you celebrate your small wins and you are grateful for those. My days are all planned out, all the small things that we do every day, every morning. I'm up at 3:30 to 4 o'clock every morning. I journal every morning as we do. Hey guys, just writing in, thinking about what we're grateful for, thinking about just with a clear mind in the quiet of the morning. It's just the most beautiful time. Go out for my walk. But again, I've been thrown out because my tendons, I've actually stretched a tendon and it's pretty sore. So I've really had to focus then on doing something else. So we've constant challenges, constant challenges. But we get through, and it's when we, as a community, we support each other and push each other and encourage each other just to keep going, because there is, on the other side of pain, there is success. It is, Bub. It is, for sure. That's what it's all about. It's about family. And it's about taking our power back when, we've put so much into what we thought was our happiness, an employment, a job. That's a lot of hours of our lives to be given to someone and not to feel appreciated, hey? And at the end of the day, the people that love you the most are there waiting for you, regardless of the bad decisions we could have made. Like for me, I feel like they were bad decisions, but it's interesting because when I'm talking about the kids, my guilts to the kids now, they're like, what are you talking about, Mum? Those were some fun days for us. So it is, it's all about us, reconciling ourselves with the decisions that we've made. And this is a new page and a new start. Anyway, that's me for today. Considering, again, I was feeling a little bit stretched doing this live. Thank you guys so much for jumping on and joining me. Especially so hot and steamy. I've got no aircon in this room and no fan, so it's getting a little bit shiny. All right, guys, I'm heading off now. Shower time, then snoring away. Have a good, peaceful sleep and enjoy the night. And I'm back on it again tomorrow. Bye-bye.